afternoon, and happy Magic Monday. So I wanted to come share some Magic Monday juju with you and do a recap of the Spiritual Love Masterclass and some of the insights that I got. First and foremost, I freaking loved it. I was so in my element. It was very organic and authentic. And I realized why I've been so resistant to it. So it's an actual masterclass. It's not a webinar. It's almost 2 hours worth of content. And I feel like I was trying to make it into a webinar, you sign up for something, and of course there's this webinar or some sort of training, and this is not that. So what I'm going to do is, this is something that I want to do at least twice a month. So I want to keep it ongoing because a lot of people weren't able to attend, and that's no good. So one of the things that I decided after really sitting and reviewing, this is a masterclass, it's not a webinar, and trying to fit it into that, oh, my hand is itching, money's coming, cha-ching. Trying to fit it into a mold that it was never meant to be in the first place. So that is beautiful. So I am going to reformat and restructure it. So it might be 2.5 hours. And I want to incorporate work into it because I want you to walk away from this masterclass with something, with some action, with something that you can actually do, because I gave a lot of information, and because it was kind of presented maybe like a webinar and not like this is a masterclass where you're coming to learn and implement new strategies in your life, I want you to be prepared. So I want to make a workbook, and I want to go back through and add, we did this heart centering meditation that just, it just made me melt a little bit because it was just so juicy. But I also want to leave some time for journaling and maybe a couple of other activities. So it's a lot. And then what I want to do is turn it into a workshop. So it'll be something that I can do live with people where I'm actually helping them apply these principles to their own life. And one of the things that I realized, so I gave a bonus tip at the end. I'm not going to share it today, but it made me realize how much I need to expand on the bonus tip. So that's going to be its own thing. I'm just super excited. And maybe that'll give me an opportunity to go deeper. That's going to be kind of long though, because it's already almost at 2 hours. So let's say it might be 3 hours just to be safe. So I want to create a workbook so that we can, have time for journaling and have some exercises. And I want to go deeper on my bonus tip. The bonus tip might turn into a webinar itself, because that's something I think where a lot of women are like, what? I've been looking at this all wrong. And I'm like, yeah. So be on the lookout. There might be a dating and relationships type situation happening soon. But the masterclass was amazing, and I want to transform it, and I want to make it just this, I just want to make it beneficial. The women who were able to join, they got a lot out of it, but I also realized a lot of people that wanted to join couldn't. So like I said before, I want it to be something that's going to, I'll probably do it twice a month. It takes a lot out of me doing it. It's a huge energy exchange. Well, I won't say huge, but it is a big energy exchange. But I love it, and it's worth it every single time, because what I get back from it, it's priceless. So it was amazing. I got a lot of feedback to help. And I did mention some upcoming things that I'm working on, one of which now will be revamping and reformatting the masterclass. And making some updates. So that's exciting. But I also shared that, so I've been mapping out plans, things that I want to create, things that I want to do. One of the things that I have planned, what did I talk about yesterday? That's how like organic it was. I kind of went off into a tangent and we just started kind of talking about stuff. But one of the things that I did mention was a yearly coaching program. I have had this on my heart and mind for a very long time, and I feel like now would be a really great time to come out with something like that. For me, like I feel like my current coaching program is great, but if I had a year with someone, I can really dive into all the different areas of their life, because I want it to be a holistic coaching program. So we touch on our mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, and financial to really make some change in your life and like be able to support a woman to truly like rebirth herself and create the life that she wants and help her work towards her goals across all areas. One of the things that we lack the most is that support. And if we have someone who's supporting our wild and crazy dreams, no matter what they are, if someone's in your corner, like, you got this, you can do this, I support you, oh, I found this information that might help you. Imagine how far we could go, right? If we had someone that just kind of kept fanning our flame, right? Fanning our passion, fanning our desire, instead of like, you might go to somebody and be like, oh my gosh. Like for me, for instance, I was like, and I shared this yesterday. I was like, my dad still asks me like, when are you going to get a job? And I'm like, dude, like I have my own business. Why would I go get a job? Like, that's crazy. Like I have a job. And before that used to like trigger me. It used to like hurt me. It used to dig at me and it would hurt me and I would like stew over it. And I'd feel like, this little 6-year-old in the corner, just mad, and hurt. And then now I'm like, I got a job. You don't have to like it, but you're going to respect it. And that's that. And that's my own growth and evolution, because this is a job. It's a full-time job. It's a whole nother baby. This is something that I have created and it's living and it's breathing. And my job is to see it to its full fruition, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. Yes. All right. So I don't know how I got on that, but let's just roll with it. Yes, greetings, Goddess Afua. I see you, my beautiful wedding singer who is singing for senators and all kinds of amazing people. Also, some of the things that I want to create are kits. So like I want to do like a forgiveness ritual kit that's going to have different items in it. So like for those of you who are doing the like the forgiveness, the weekly forgiveness, you can receive like this kit filled with all these yummy love infused goodies to help you go through a forgiveness ritual. So maybe it's something like tragic kind of happened to you, something very hurtful, and you just really want to let it go. This is going to kind of like walk you through all of that. So some of the things that I'm considering putting in there is like an oil blend, of course, because, I'm all about essential oils, definitely like some herbs, a candle, maybe some crystals. A lot of people keep asking me about crystals and I'm like, y'all, I don't got the stuff yet, but don't worry. One of these days, very soon, I will be your crystal dealer and I'll be like, yo, I got the stuff. You're gonna be like, you got the stuff. I got the stuff. And so there's gonna be maybe 4 different kits that I want to create. And then also it's always been my dream to have my own like tarot or oracle card deck. So I have been sitting on this idea. Well, I won't say sitting, I'll say I've been incubating it. And so I feel like it's getting a little closer to me starting to focus on it. So I think the first thing, it won't be tarot or oracle, but I do want to create spiritual love affirmation cards. I find that that's very positive. And sometimes, yeah, we say affirmations, but I want these to really be directed towards like loving yourself on a deep level. So that's something that is coming down the pike. Fingers crossed, this time next year, they will be ready. I have no idea what that process entails, but it's got to happen. So that's just the magic that is happening with me, and with the spiritual love coach in my business. In my personal life, I've got little Miss Savvy, who the last few days I have been trying to put together her preschool curriculum. I really want to get to a place where I'm focusing on homeschooling her. So I've been just kind of starting to pull things together, and I want to start her schooling officially next month. So I think that will be a great opportunity for both of us. So yeah, I'm making all kinds of magic, and I'm excited about it. I spent a lot of time Sunday just doing brain dumps and planning things out. And oh yeah, so another thing that I mentioned was the forgiveness course. So something happened and a lot of the content disappeared, which was okay, because that just means I need to revisit it, revamp it, and make it the foundational course on forgiveness. So I am going to go back through that course, and I think I want to take more time with it going forward, because I really, really want it to make an impact, and I want it to really be transformational, so that you do walk away actually forgiving and, you know, feeling what that feels like. So there's that. That's something that I'm going to be focusing on a lot too. Like, it's just a lot going on. And what else? I'm just getting myself organized. I've been taking this course called the Be Productive Blueprint, and it's been helping me get my entire life. I won't tell you how many thousands of emails I have in my inbox, but now I have a system to like start clearing a lot of that stuff out, and that just feels really good. I want to start the new year. It's very important for me to start the new year fresh, and that means I want to go through and get rid of clutter in my digital life, in my home, in my office. Like, it's just like it's fall, like things need to fall away, and when winter, things die. The ground is hard, things are dormant. So I just want to wipe the slate clean, and that way when spring comes, all of these ideas that I'm talking about, they will start blooming and blossoming beautifully. So the seeds are planted, and I'm excited. Now I want to transfer the same energy over to you, because whatever it is in your life that you want to do, whether it is I don't know, just whatever it is, like if it's improving a relationship with somebody, if it's starting to, you know, work out and take care of your body in a more intentional way, if it's getting another job, if it's going back to school, if it's changing your hair, whatever it is, do it. If you need a sign, if you've been waiting around, not sure about whatever you've been wanting to do, this is your sign. Do it. Give yourself permission to win next year. I know for me, there were some things that I did not accomplish this year because of myself. I was kind of standing in my own way, still dealing with some fears and doubts. The year before that, I had other people and their crap that were holding me back. So this year I was able to like let all of that stuff go and really get focused on me and what I want. And now that I am evolving and showing up in a bigger way, it's like there's nothing to stop me. The only person that could possibly stop me is myself. And that is a very, it's a very good place to be in, because now I have the mindset and the heart set to keep going, to keep moving forward, to get myself exactly where it is that I want to be. So I'm really, really excited. There has been this just fresh energy that has come in and just rearranged my everything. And I'm so grateful and thankful for all of these lessons that I have learned, because it's about to be on and popping for sure. So that's it. So I want to know, like, what are you working on in your own life? What kind of magic are you trying to create? Oh, I didn't even see the comments. They were not going. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about preschool for Savvy and being able to teach her, because I just am. Like, she needs that. Savvy's very intelligent, and I think if I can start working with her now, that will just help her grow and develop in so many ways. And I know that's what she needs. I feel like too, I spend so much time working, you know, that I'm not giving her everything that she needs. So I want to make sure that I am prioritizing her as well as, you know, everything else. It's hard. It's so hard being a single mom and business owner. Especially with a toddler. Now, with a teen or, you know, an older child that doesn't really need you, it can be easier because your children are not so dependent upon you. But I will say that, yeah, it's not been easy. There's, and as women, especially, you know, mothers, we always feel like we're not doing enough or we're not doing it right. So there's been plenty of nights where I'm like beating myself up, like, well, maybe I should just go get a job. And I'm like, no, because with the job, I wouldn't have the freedom and flexibility. So last weekend, I think, I didn't do anything. And Savvy and I just hung out, and she was the happiest. And those are the moments that make everything worth it, because she knows her mommy loves her. And one day soon, I won't be working as much, and that's all right. Because right now I'm just, you know, smoothing out the foundation, and I love it. And one of the things that I do want to do as I am homeschooling her is start training her in energy healing and making sure that she is able to access her intuition, and so that she can just, you know, come join the family business. So yes, and I love that. Give yourself permission to win right now in 2019 and beyond. And that's the thing, what we need to start doing. And, you know, when I coined the phrase positive forward movement, that's what I started realizing. Every single day, week, month, and year, you should be setting yourself up to win, period. Sometimes it, you know, some months, some years is going to be baby steps. Some you're going to be in the rocket, you know, shooting way past the stars in a whole nother galaxy. Some is just going to be strides. You're just taking strides. And some you might like maybe be clawing through the ground, but you're still moving forward. But we should always be setting ourselves up and giving ourselves permission to win and to be great and to be better than we were before. I was reading, I pulled a card the other day. I don't know if I talked about it in the group, but it was humility. And it talked about how, you know, part of being humble is recognizing that we are all the same, yet walking unique paths. And one of the things that I see a lot in different groups and different, you know, spiritual communities with people who, you know, are considered gurus or healers is that there's a lot of ego that's still at play. Like, oh, well, you know, if you're doing this and you're not whatever. And like, it should never be that way. And there's just so much pressure that we put on ourselves and put on others, and we don't need any of that. So the word for this week is, you know, humility. And so I've just been kind of looking at myself like, you know, am I exuding that? Am I being humble? Am I, you know, really tuning in to humility and appreciating who I am and where I am at this moment in my life? And so I just wanted to share that little nugget. But let me see, something weird is going on with these comments today. They're not scrolling by. Yes. Yes, yes, beautiful. I'm learning how to love myself unconditionally, to forgive myself, to ask for help, and to celebrate myself. Yes, to all of those things. Learning to love ourselves unconditionally is a challenge because as we are doing it, we're still being faced with conditions and limits from society, from our own, inner critic, from our own families, from whatever. So it's like it's a constant battle. But then you get to like the top, you get to the plateau, and then you're in this different space where it's like, no matter what, I still love me, and I love all of me. And that's just it's a beautiful place to be in. And it's important to celebrate ourselves. That's something that I did struggle with. I struggled with celebrating myself and being able to see myself the way other people see me. Like people would be like, oh my gosh, you're so great. Like you really know what you're talking about. And I'd be like, who, me? I mean, I guess. So being able to say, yes, I do know what I'm talking about because, I am on divine assignment and this is what, this is my life's work. So yes, I do know what I'm talking about. And it's not that I'm like saying it from a place on high, like, I know everything. Like, no, I'm still learning. I still have like bad days, just like everybody else. And that's how I learn new things when it comes to spiritual love. But it is beautiful to be able to now see myself as, the spiritual love coach and, as Jovhannah, and not as the hurt girl or, the hurt young woman or just a mom or just this or just that. I see myself from like a bird's eye view where I can look down and see all of the different things that make up who I am and accept them, even the ugly parts. So it is beautiful to be in this space. And thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Let me know what kind of magic you're going to create in your life. I know I kind of just been rambling on, but that's what I do from time to time. And let me know if you are excited for the Spiritual Love Masterclass. So I did mention that I'm going to be switching things up with the Masterclass. Is there anything in particular that you want me to cover when it comes to attracting love in your life? Because if so, then maybe I can kind of weave that in. But I think it's pretty jam-packed with content. So yay! I can't wait. I will let you know when the next masterclass is scheduled. I'm going to try to put it on a rotating schedule so that every Sunday at 3 it's scheduled, so you'll know, like, you can sign up for it at any time. And I'll probably just keep it running for who knows? I don't know. We'll see. But all right, you guys, have a magical day. I've got some more work to get done, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.